your heart that determines whether or not you enter into the kingdom of God, not your outer. Now that doesn't mean that God has not told humanity how to present their outer appearance. But the heart is the key into the kingdom of God. For the Lord pondereth the heart. You understand what I'm saying? There's a race to be run. You better make sure that you win when you arrive at the finish line. Because you're only going to come this way once. And then it's going to be over. It's going to be over. The key to heaven is a heart condition. Heart situation. The condition of your heart determines entrance. You got a dirty heart, you're not going in. You got a clean heart, you'll go in. A lot of people may feel like, well, they've been so overwhelmed by the cares of this world, they know their heart is not right. Jesus will help you. You're trying to do it on your own. That's why you're in torment. Torment is not of God, just like fear is not of God. Torment is of the devil. Fear is of the devil. You need to get with Jesus, and he will instruct you and help you and coach you and walk you through this thing we call life. And you will come into the understanding when Father said, don't be overcome by the cares of this world. Because you will have the understanding that it's going to pass away. But his words will not pass away. Ever. People are so overwhelmed nowadays. But look at the company that a lot of people keep. Look at the things that you watch. Listen at the things that you hear. You have to guard your eye gate, guard your ear gate, and come out from among them and be ye separate. And for a lot of people, they don't want to be by themselves because then they have to be by themselves. Did you get that? Be by themselves. A lot of people can't deal with self. They can't deal with who they are. See, being around other people is a distraction from them. If they're around other people, they don't have to look at their sins. If they're around other people, they don't have to look at how they treat other people. If they are around other people, they don't have to see anything about their lives. They're just in go mode. They don't ever take a moment to stop, to pause, and look around at who they are. They don't look at the man in the mirror. They don't look at the woman in the mirror because they're looking at everybody else. A lot of people fear themselves. They fear their own life because then they have to admit who they really and truly are, despite the facade that they put on in the presence of other people. A lot of people can't deal with themselves. That's the reason why they like to be around other people, like I said, because they're a distraction. But you have to go within. You have to look at yourself. I believe some of the most powerful people on earth are the people that are loners. Because number one, they always know who's around them, and they know who they are. And so they're very firm in their beliefs and what they will and won't tolerate in their lives. It's people that are around people that are impressionable because they are allowing other energies to come in and project themselves onto them and control and manipulate their lives. Oh, go with the crowd because the crowd does this. But somebody that stands alone, and especially if that person stands with God, that is a powerhouse in a lot of times, in a lot of cases. Because they don't have the outside influences trying to control and manipulate their lives. Because see, one thing you must understand in dealing with groups of people, especially large groups of people and cliques, those are energies. And 9 times out of 10, most of those energies are not of God. So if you are not being influenced by the energies of God, then you are being manipulated by the energies of the devil. And the devil will be more than happy to lead you to your destruction. See, this is how you know you're dealing with the devil. They will always tell you something that will hurt you in the long run. They will always coerce you and try to persuade you to do something to destroy yourself, to destroy your lives and the lives of other people. That's a bad energy. But because you wanted the company, because you wanted the companionship, you decided you were going to hold hands with a demon, a pack of demons that walk alone holding the hand of Jesus, who will not lead you wrong. Because see, one thing about walking with Jesus, when you walk with Jesus, all these other energies have got to go. And it's not necessarily that you have to get rid of them, as I think I said it in a conference I did a while back. They're going to remove themselves because they don't want your Jesus. You understand what I'm saying? So with Jesus, you cannot go wrong. You can't go wrong. And that doesn't mean that, people won't feel lonely sometimes. And, that's why you are to fellowship with your brothers and your sisters in the Lord. A lot of people may say, well, where are they? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I did, but I'm not had intended on laughing. I'm sorry, y'all. But listen, this is what I'm saying. Your footsteps are ordered by the Lord. Nothing by accident, nothing by chance. Our lives are predestined, believe it or not. There's no way that I don't believe our lives are predestined. I believe that for everybody that we've met, it was purpose for you to meet that person, cross that person's path, either to be a benefit to you or a benefit to them, or for both of you to benefit simultaneously. You understand? Nothing by accident, nothing by chance. The people that you marry, the people that you date, the people you love, you fall in love with, the people that you interact with, you're friends with or not friends with, even as it pertains to your enemies. Those are bad oppositional forces, energies. Like I said, you wonder why some people migrate toward one another. Like, you ever notice all your enemies, they always click together? It never seems like, well, it might be a few stragglers, but they always like to get together to click together because they are all of the same toxic oppositional substance that walk contrary to you. They stand in the contrary. And I know sometimes you can befriend enemies. I understand that, and this is what I mean. Now let me make the clarification. You don't befriend them as an enemy; they become a friend. So that means they have transformed their energy into a good energy. But you will never have peace walking with your actual enemies that have not been transformed into a friend. You will not. And most people, in this life's journey, and life is unpredictable, and sometimes it can just seem like total folly, just the things people have to deal with. But most people have hung out with their enemies and been affiliated with their enemies. A lot of people out there, you're dealing with people that really don't like you, but for the sake of companionship, you tolerate them. Even for those that are in high school, you will go to a football game with a pack of your enemies. Females don't like you, but for the sake of companionship, dudes that hating on you and don't like you, but for the sake of companionship, for the sake of feeling like you belong, you are a part of something, you are a part of a group. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with anybody wanting to feel like they belong or are part of a group, especially when you're young, especially when you're an adolescent. But after somebody becomes an adult, and they have not evolved, they have not matured and developed into their own manhood, their own womanhood, and don't know that you can be a man and stand alone, even if you have to stand all by yourself. You can be a woman and stand alone, even if you have to stand all by yourself. There's something going on with that maturity process there. Because by the time you are a full-grown man, by the time you are a full-grown woman, through some event, circumstance, or situation in your life, you should have come to the determination that you are all right standing alone. It doesn't mean you won't get lonely, because that's a product of being alone a lot of times. But your footsteps are ordered by the Lord, but so are other people. And He knows how to order the right people's steps towards you in your life that will benefit you emotionally and socially throughout your journey of life in this thing that we call life, which is basically